I'm Taylor Hull. I'm going to put a front mount transmission in a Corvette. So, that's some of what's happened since the last time you saw this car, amongst other things as well. But the biggest thing that we're going to do different in this car versus any other Corvette you've seen is we're putting the transmission in the front of the car. Why would we do that? So, there's a couple of reasons why we would do that, but the main one is money. It's cheaper. So, you know, most people that do this do sequential transmissions, and they're expensive, and these aren't. So this transmission here is your basic, what most people refer to in drifting as a dog box. It's a 4-speed H pattern. This one particularly is a Tex Racing T101A. The Cadillac has a G-Force G101A. Doesn't really matter. It's pretty much the same thing inside. And these, on a good day, $4,000 or so sequentials are awesome, and I would like to have one. And one day maybe I will. Maybe next year I will. I don't know. Who knows? Things can happen. Things change. Right now, this is the plan. But regardless, it's going in the front. Another reason I want to do that is because I eliminate what used to be in this thing, which is a torque tube. Basically, it's devil worship, and I don't want any part of devil worship because it's crazy when you have to pull everything apart. You got to pull a subframe out, or the rear end out, or the engine and the transmission, and everything has to come out. It's a bunch of nonsense that I don't want any part of. This will be really simple, just like the Cadillac. You pull the exhaust out, you pull the drive shaft out, you pull the transmission out, and it's done. So it actually is going to fit in here pretty easy. I've already made some clearances, cut some things out. I am running a side loader transmission as opposed to like a GSR, which is a top load, but so I'll have to cut a little bit into the drive shaft tunnel, but it's nothing too crazy. I'm really excited about this. I was really not sure when I first started this project if it was going to fit. I'd never worked on a Corvette before. Now I have. It's going to work. You'll see it here, and I imagine that one of you will also do this. I've heard some rumblings of other people maybe wanting to do it, but we're going to. So what else has happened to it? I've obviously pulled all the body panels off, all the suspensions off of it. I got a diff mount kit from RTS to mount a winter's quick change in. The winter's quick change will be in here in a couple days, so I can start mocking everything up. Obviously I put the roll cage in, so it's got NASCAR style door bars, extra little kick out for me because I'm big and I'm not supposed to fit in this. The cage is done a little bit different than some of the other Corvette cages that you've seen, but it's tucked up nice and high for, you know, me being tall. I've got my Willwood swing style pedals. Most people do floor mount pedals in a race car version of this. Basically, I don't like the feel at all of floor mount pedals, so you don't get as much swing and you don't have as much space to put them back for, again, tall people like me. So I'm doing swing mount pedals. That's what I like, so that's what I'm doing. What motor plant is going in it? It's basically going to be a carbon copy of what we've got in the Cadillac. You know, RHS block, RHS heads, Edelbrock E4 supercharger still. It's going to put Yellowspeed coilovers on this. They're in development of making these things so that they can offer them to you as well. It's really great, a lot of grip. I'm really, really excited for this thing. I've already mounted up my OMP seat when I did the cage just to make sure everything was going to fit, and it does. Steering column's coming next. Like I said, I'll mock up the rear suspension with the quick change and all that. Already got Driveshaft Shop axles for it. This thing's really going to start to come together really in a hurry now. I do have to do all my steering, and still have a surprise coming for you on our front steering. So we've kind of settled on something. Believe it or not, came from the last video that we did when I was like, hey, anybody wants to partner with us on some steering stuff? We're open and willing. Well, somebody is. So that part I'm really pumped about, and I think you will be too. So that's it for this video. Up next on this car you can expect to see some stuff with the fuel system more than likely. The next time you see it, it'll have seats in it and hopefully some rear suspension. Really hoping for the coilovers to be on it for the next video, and also maybe some body panels. We're in the final stages of figuring out what we're gonna do for the body. Obviously it's gonna have some carbon fiber, maybe some fiberglass too, maybe some carbon other stuff. I don't know. You know, you'll see when I see, I guess. And I really, really want this thing available to test before the end of the year, because I want to try and get as much testing done with this car as humanly possible before Long Beach next year. So really excited. Stick around, like, comment, subscribe. You know what to do. See you on the next one.